Okay, so now move this for the third time. And a quick, easy reminder is aim. Once you got the wheels down, aim the wheels in the direction you want it to go. So if you want to go to the right, make sure these wheels are turned to the right. In my case, because they won't. I guess it all depends on the floor. But in my case, I messed around for 2 hours yesterday trying to get this thing to move, and it was being a son of a gun because every time I wanted to put it, or I wanted it, it wouldn't get there. So, because those wheels are not going to spin in the direction you want it to go unless you force them. So I got a piece of a 2x4, and I knocked them in the direction I wanted them. So I wanted it to go back, and once I lifted it up, once you lift it up to release the wheels off the floor, that's the way they wind up sitting. So, quick advice: once you get the lift up on the wheels, knock those wheels in the direction you want it to go, and then you won't have such a hard time fighting with the wheels to get them where you want them. So I moved it back from what I had it yesterday. I know took me 2 hours to get it back up here where I thought I wanted it, and then this morning I said no, I want to pull it back. The reason I did push it back is because of the ramps. I'm not going to worry about ramps. I'd rather have space in here than worry about the ramps, because I can, rig up, like you see, long runways to get on the ramps. I really wanted the room up front here, because if you get a vehicle, you bring the wheels all the way up to the lock point here. You got the nose out here, right? So then, and in this case, it would be right up over my bench. I'm pulling my Cobalt toolbox in here, so my toolbox is going to be in here, and I need this room up in here to do what I need to do. So I pulled this back a little further, and that gives me room to move around here. I could probably bring this over here a little bit more. Yeah, I can be all right. I'll kind of let go with that, and I can still get in and out around the thing. It would have been perfect. It would have been perfect had I had the extra 4 feet, but the land, the way this thing was built was just not. I only had 20 feet to deal with before it went off the back. So you can see the garage actually goes out about another 4 feet. But they didn't set it up when you did the foundation setup here. I know I wasn't gonna spend the money or the time to try and extend it back. I just used what was here. So you got to do what you got to do. That it went out 24 feet, pretty level, and then but over in that corner there, I kind of lost about 2.5 feet before it went down the hill. That's where I went ahead and built up a little bit and made it so it was level over there. One of these days I may concrete that. Not in any hurry. I need to make some money first. So we're here. It's pretty solid. I like where it's at. I got plenty of room up here to do what I need to do. You're really not going to bring the car all the way out here. Your nose is going to be right here. Anyway, most of the time, unless I got a really long vehicle coming up. But you got your wheels are in the vehicle further in. You know, it's not like they're right out to the corner of the vehicle. In that situation. Still need to figure out why. A little bit of drippage off of that. All right, so there we are. I'm going to get ready to put something on here in a minute. Okay, well, originally, like I said, I was going to put those rubber mats down to try and keep it from the bottom from rusting anymore. Then I got thinking about it. Hey, I got that Flex Seal stuff kicking around. So what the heck? I'll just go ahead. You better not roll it in the dog in the dare poop. You stay clean. I just washed you. Anyway, I just got thinking about the Flex Clean. The Flex Seal. I'm just going to spray it underneath it, around it, on the concrete. And that's going to seal, and it's going to have a nice little rubber. You can have a rubber seal in the metal. So I took care of that. I want to do the front. It's really not the front's really not the issue. The back is, because I'm going to get vehicles in here that are going to have freaking salt on them. So that's why I want to freaking do the best I can. The other thing is, put a little bit of oil around the top of it. You're going to be in good shape. You really can't put oil underneath it. But I'm not really worried about the front. It's the back ones that really get the salt and the moisture, and that's been the problem with them to begin with. So, said, well, I'll use the Flex Seal on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit around the outside, and that might seal the water from getting under them. So that took care of that, because I'd rather have those solid on the concrete than on the rubber. Just a thought, just before I forget. This also comes with a jack tray. This goes across the metal. And it's pretty thick steel. You can put a bottle jack in here. So you can put it right in the middle and jack up your metal. Also, it comes with, let me see, I just put that in there anyway already. That is a Elite tray. You get 3 of them. This particular model, I still don't know what model it is, but it's got steel trays. A lot of the new ones all come with plastic trays. So keep that in mind. You will get these with it. So these will help you. This will help me lift it up from the middle, and then of course the drain pans will keep your floor somewhat from getting greasy. You're always going to have your messes. And I just dug out my 20-year-old oil caddy there, because you're able to slide it right up underneath the frickin' drain plug, and it'll drain right into it. You're not trying to get it into a pan or not, because me, I am Mr. Messy.